following contest is a women's tag team match scheduled for one fall.
From the Bermuda Triangle, she is the Ocean's Queen, Faith Rogers.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Retaliation side of Fighting Spirit 3. We are not live. This is obviously recorded earlier today because of time zones, but I am commentating this live from my own perspective from the RWR Coliseum in Tokyo, Japan. Normally home to tennis, but today home to the RWR. And we're opening up tonight's show with tag team action in the women's division. Faith Rogers, she's going to get her hands on her sister Lily Thatcher just a week removed. Lily's promo that really shocked the world on why she attacked her own sister. But Faith's going to have some help going into this matchup coming up shortly in what should be one hell of a show as we are just 8 days away from Supernova.
Introducing at this time, from the Sky Dojo, the legendary Goddess Dawn.
Goddess Dawn has been at odds with Olivia Taylor for the past, couple of months as Dawn makes her way up those wooden stairs. Of course, on last week's show, Olivia retaliated from an attack by Dawn with a kendo stick, essentially further solidifying and officially setting up, rather, the match at Supernova 3, which is going to be Extreme Rules. They're just going to let the two ladies just go at it, but they'll get a pre-course before their big Supernova showdown here tonight.
On the way to the ring.
Approaching the ring from Richmond, Virginia, she is the Scarlet Siren, Lily Thatcher.
And this will be Lily Thatcher's first action since her promo last week. And like I said during Faith's entrance, very, very shocking words from her. Got very personal with her family and with her sister. And, if anything, grateful for being kicked out of the foundation, but also as well setting up two huge matches for Supernova 3 as Lily and Faith will take each other on in a walk the plank match. That mat and padding you see in the ring will be removed and they'll be wrestling on barren wooden planks. But the men will be taking place in that as well, with Jake Rogers and Josh Wolf going at it in the same match type.
On her way to the ring, representing the new board of directors, from Sydney, Australia, the Violet Queen, Olivia Taylor.
Olivia Taylor a little more closer to home than normal wrestling here in Japan tonight, but she has been targeting Goddess Dawn for the past couple months, blindsiding her by any way possible. I'm not going to say the wrestling term for that at the show tonight, but blindsiding Dawn in any way possible. And on top of that, targeting members of her stable until she finally got Dawn's attention. But as soon as she got Dawn's attention, she retreats from the ring, only for Dawn to send her right back in. But Olivia right there with the answer last week, but now they square off fairly here tonight as both are underway. All four of these women, the precursor to their respective Supernova matches. And just a little bit of a history lesson here for all of y'all. As you may have seen in the entranceway, plenty of tombstones, plenty of gravestones, and it's not just because Halloween's right around the corner, although let's be real, we're still a month away from that. What it is this show has, I mean, you heard it in the excuse me, you heard it in the announcement earlier this month, but this event taking place lining up with autumnal equinox day. And on that day here in Japan, people will reconnect with their families by tending to the graves of ancestors and visiting shrines and temples. So in our entranceway today, we wanted to pay tribute to that as best as possible with gravestones and kind of a makeshift shrine there, and kind of paying tribute as well and being allowed to participate here during this big festival here in Japan. And of course, people here also celebrate the good weather, which we have tonight, and the autumn harvest by enjoying outdoor activities such as eating, you know, their traditional snacks and watching outdoor activities, which in this year includes RWR Fighting Spirit 3. So again, thank you very much for allowing us to take place in this time-honored traditional ceremony here tonight with Retaliation and with Resurgence later on. But respect out of the way, these four women certainly do not have respects for one another, as interestingly enough, the pairings a little bit different here. Lily with an elbow to the back of Goddess Dawn there, and Olivia taking it to Faith Rogers on the outside. As of course you see our advertisement-filled mat in play again this year. Unfortunately, no Giant Baby this year. Giant Baby staying at home after what happened to her, or him, what happened to him last year with Kimiko Matsui, and wanted no part of that, and gonna watch from afar. I'm being told Giant Baby is here in the building, but will not be competing here tonight, especially with us so close to Supernova 3 as well. Wanna finish setting that up as best as possible. No disrespect to Giant Baby, of course. Now going back in the ring, Northern Light suplex from Faith on Olivia. She had the ropes. Of course, Red Shoes working a rare Thursday here tonight. Working in his own home country. You know he had to do the show. Very busy month for him, taking on 4 whole shows this month. Inside the ring now, as Olivia and Faith just go out on the outside. Dawn, nice Samoan drop there on Lily Thatcher. Putting the recently freed lady in trouble. Snake Eyes on the ropes there. And the pin from Dawn, the cover. 1, 2, no, 2 count only there on Lily Thatcher. Oh, look out, Olivia bouncing off the table right in front of me. Dawn on the top rope there. Big King Kong knee drop. Thought she was going for the 630, not quite. But Lily catching her from behind. Nice gut buster there. And Olivia and Faith, I guess, are just going to kill each other on the outside. Again, I don't know why they're not going after their respective opponents at Supernova, but maybe they're just taking out a lot of anger on each other. I don't know. But Lily right there on the outside. She's finally decided what she's doing. She's gonna, oh boy, oh no. Grabbing Olivia, Death DT on the apron, the hardest part of the ring here. Lily about to meet the same face, Snake Eyes across the apron there. And for those of you not familiar with Japanese wrestling, the crowds here are a little different, of course. They not going to chant as much. They're not going to cheer throughout the match, but they will be respectfully silent and cheer when a massive major spot happens in the match. So just don't be weirded out if they get silent at times. It's just the way it is. But right now, Lily Thatcher ramming Dawn's head into the turnbuckle over and over into that neutral corner. Of course, we have the red and blue corner signified here tonight. But Lily choosing the neutral corner as Olivia whipped into the other neutral corner, and Faith throws her aside. What's she looking to do? Big cartwheel and a splash right on top of Olivia. Dawn, oh, Ushigoroshi, the head across the knee. And Dawn and Faith in control here. Backstabber, but Faith rolls over into the crossface, but Olivia rolls over with the pin, and Dawn able to break it up just in the nick of time for anything to go wrong. And here we go, Dawn going after Olivia Taylor here. They're not going to wait until Supernova. They're going to go at it now and make sure their opponent cannot walk freely out of Tokyo into Los Angeles next week for a big week of events in the city leading up to Supernova 3. Now Dawn on the top rope. Oh, she's lighting me up. 630. No water in the pool there. Olivia moving aside. Sizing up Dawn. She has her up and plants her with the Violet Crown. Faith and Lily on the outside. Distracted in their own attack. The cover. 1, 2, and Faith able to break it up. And Enzaguri's Olivia in the head for good measure. And just like that, we're trading partners yet again. Dawn Ushigoroshi on Lily this time. And just like that, it's Dawn and it's Faith in control of this matchup. Dawn planting Lily. Ducks her big back kick to Lily's head, plants her. And she's starting to tune up the band here. Dawn revving it up. Goddess kick connecting, nearly sending Lily's head into the 6th row here. And a German suplex to boot. Goddess Dawn having Warrior Lily Thatcher right now. Set out powerbomb cover. 1, 2. Ooh, Lily kicked out at 2. Olivia made 0 effort to break up that pin. Just further proving that this match is not about tag teams, it's just a formality. And Olivia slaps Dawn off the apron. Or off the turnbuckle, pardon me, is going after her on the outside in the ring. Lily and Faith getting acquainted with each other once again. Lily off the ropes. And slides behind Faith. Oh, God, that running knee sends Faith to a crumble to the ground. Olivia now sizing up. Goddess Dawn to no avail. She gets elbowed aside. And mini attitude adjustment there from Faith on Lily. Big DDT on the outside for double damage points. There is matting out there, but on top of that is a solid tennis surface. And it does not feel good. That surface is made for balls to bounce off of it, not heads. It's Dawn thrown back into the ring now. Faith throwing Lily aside. Another cartwheel splash connecting. Dawn eliminated from the Rumble thanks to Olivia, and they're going to go right back to the outside. But Faith sizing up Lily here. What's she looking to do? Looking for that backstabber, floats over into the crossface. But Olivia Taylor right there to break it up emphatically with that big boot to the face. And it is Olivia Taylor, the only woman standing in the ring right now, wrenching on the head of Faith Rogers. Nice arm drag there, though, from Faith. And, Lily just immediately going after Faith, giving Olivia the window to chop block Dawn to the ground. Backstabber connecting from Lily on Faith. Lily getting the upper hand on her sister here. Picks her up, another backstabber connecting. She's going for the cover. Dawn in the middle of a curb stomp there, and Olivia 1, 2. She missed it, and Lily Thatcher picks up the win, pinning her own sister. And if that is an omen of things to come, Lily Thatcher may very well get her self-appointed revenge on her sister. She certainly gets it here tonight. Honestly, no help from Olivia Taylor, but nonetheless, we'll see how it turns out when the mat is removed and how it turns out between Dawn and Olivia with any weapon allowed in the match. Now coming up next, folks, more tag team action, and go from one set of wars to one actual war. Tornado tag team match here as DSM-5 will take on Hydra. It'll be Sean Libby and Adam Shaw, who looks like he's putting the purge on hold here in Japan, which makes, fare well for Hydra here tonight, taking on Mike Burke and Thunder coming up next.
The following contest is a tag team match. From Leitrim, Ireland, representing DSM-5, this is God's Broken Gift, Sean Libby.
And Libby, after his run to the Phoenix Cup Finals, certainly has been the big target of Hydra. Of course, the very next week lost to Vlad Alucard 1-on-1 and really was a glorified handicap match, taking on a mentally drained Sean Libby. But because of that, later in the night, we saw Hydra cost the Blaze Runners their rematch at the tag team titles, and just adding another chapter to the rivalry here. And while so far this month it's mostly been the tag teams at odds, Vlad Alucard and Danny Storm and the Blaze Runners. Although the Blaze Runners did get to extract some revenge on Hydra the very next week. Not only watching them lose to Casey Jones and Isaac Drake, but taking them out backstage as well. But the other halves of the stables.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Adam Shaw.
The other halves of the stables going at it. And like I said, Adam Shaw looks like he took a few weeks to kind of normalize himself for this trip to Japan as he walks along that tennis surface. But for DSM-5, you know, with the big war coming at Supernova 3, the big ladder match, where the winning stable, you know, not only wins the war, but grants everyone in the stable a future title shot. You gotta hope that they can invoke the Purge once again in Adam Shaw. Seemingly a bad timing for him to, you know, calm himself down for their good, for their wants and needs. But for Shaw, I mean, I don't know how healthy it is mentally for him to go into Purge mode, especially for as long as he did. I mean, he snapped at Beach Brawl, and we're now September, late September, that he's finally able to calm himself down again. And we'll see if that favors Hydra, because here they come. Starting out with Mike Burke. And of course, flanking his rear. I'm waiting for it. Here he comes. There he is. Look at that mass. Wow. Here comes Thunder. Look at that mastodon. Look at those striations. Woo.
Coming down the aisle, the team of Thunder and Mike Burke, Hydra.
And like I said, this match may end up favoring them, you know, like I said, we haven't seen Adam Shaw in a little bit. I believe ever since the first round of the Phoenix Cup, where he was attacked backstage by Thunder, who stole his spot in the tournament. And for Shaw, you know, over a month to recover and over a month to, recover physically and mentally, as you see, you know, the normalized Adam Shaw out there. But did Hydra get the timing right to take out who they perceive probably as the biggest threat at this point? Because if you remember at Beach Brawl, it was Adam Shaw that basically took that match over in his Purge form, giving the win to himself, Sean Libby, and Jimmy Kane in a six-man tag. But here we go. Of course, Retaliation rules here. Gonna be tornado style. Adam Shaw hits the deal. Nobody kicks out of the deal. Libby may not kick out of this either. Thunder using his size to his advantage. Big stalling suplex on Sean Libby. And once again, this all started all the way back in March when Adam Shaw started targeting Mike Metal, but with Metal's injury and subsequent absence from the Federation, Mike Burke ended up taking over the group with new management comes a new name, new rebranding, and came new members as well. As Mike Burke said in his promo, they cut off one head of their group. The hell was that? They cut off one head from the group, and the Thunder Strike connects from Burke. Red Shoes was not looking. He was mesmerized by the absolute size of Thunder, and DSM-5 gaining an early advantage here Hydra gaining an early advantage over the DSM-5, pardon me, and Burke just going after Shaw immediately as Thunder takes care of Libby on the other side of the ring. Shaw eliminated from the Rumble. And if you believe it, Mike Burke in control of this matchup. And there goes Libby and both men on the outside for the double damage. As I was saying, as Burke alluded to in his promo, they cut off one And, you know, mythology, you cut one head off the Hydra, 2 more grow, and they cut, you know, the theoretical head of Mike Metal off, and here came Thunder, and here came Danny Storm, and Hydra finally had the numbers to hang with the DSM-5, and it's all going to come to a head at Supernova 3. Big running knee from the big man on the outside. Oh, what a super kick from Shaw and Burke. Trying to help carry this match just a little bit as Libby busted open. First blood sacrifice for the Blood Goddess here tonight. And Sean Libby in tons of trouble on the outside. Shaw gonna try to end Burke inside of the ring. No, as Libby just bounced off those wooden stairs. Oh God, Burke with a pile driver onto Shaw. And Hydra in trouble here tonight in Tokyo. Trouble in Tokyo for them indeed, but not quite yet. As Burke eliminated from the Rumble, Shaw on the top rope. What's he looking to do here? He's gonna fly the super King Kong knee drop to the outside. But again, on the other side, Libby just being toyed with by Thunder. Wow. The size and strength of that man, unbelievable. But at some point, he's gonna have to play defense like he is right now. The cover 1, 2, he missed, overshot the breakup. Luckily for him, Burke able to kick out, and now they're gonna trade partners, and we'll see who comes out on top here. As Libby trying to crush Burke's skull with his legs to no avail, but we saw earlier this year Thunder was Shaw's kryptonite, multiple wins over him. Shaw only finally beat Thunder in purge mode, but he's not there right now, and Thunder obviously taking advantage of that here tonight. But on the other end, nice DDT there from Shaw. On the other end, Burke. He started out hot, but he is in some trouble against Sean Libby here. But Shaw, he may be normalized by appearance, but there's still some deep down, and Thunder may have triggered it once again. For Hydra's sake, Trick or Treat connecting. Is Shaw gonna take this one? The cover. 1, 2. Oh, Burke gets there the second time to break it up. We saw this last time. It took Razor Sharp to turn Shaw into purge mode earlier. And Thunder may be doing the same here as Shaw ascends to the top rope. Look out below, he crowns him there. Libby kicks Burke to the ground, and now just like that, the DSM-5 in control of this matchup. Now Thunder sent into the corner, big running knee, takes out Shaw, a big spine buster to boot. But Libby, oh God, the nice gut buster there. And Libby and Thunder still focused on their respective opponents. Libby setting Burke up, fella crossing, throwing him across the ring. Thunder just throws Shaw over his head. And Libby's gonna go for the pin, but it's easily gonna be broken up by Thunder there. And now here we go, Thunder and Libby once again going at it. Thunder won the first round. Who's gonna win this next round? Back and forth between the two now. Oh God, Thunder's got him up on the shoulders. And he plants him with an F5. You have to be kidding me. And Thunder not done. He's sizing up Libby. Shaw eliminated from the Rumble by Burke. No, but the discus boot connects regardless. He's trying to size up Libby once again. Shaw setting up Burke. We may not have enough time. The side slam. The cover. 1, 2. Thunder steals it on Libby. Shaw had the code breaker on Burke, but took too much time and Hydra escapes.
The winners of the match, Thunder and Mike Burke. Hydra!
Hydra escapes Japan with the win, thanks to a man that could be compared to the size of Godzilla and Thunder. And chalk one up for Hydra yet again this month, as they get one over on the DSM-5 once again. And now coming up next, we're going to solve one more puzzle piece, that is Supernova 3, who will be Retaliation's entrant for the Tag Team Championships. Is it the Agents of Pain's time, or will the Powers of Pain roll their hot streak into potentially regaining their championships from long ago? Finals of the Tag Team Contendership Tournament coming up next.
Kumbaya, my lord, I might say things that you might not support. When do I drop the torch?
The following tag team contest is a tournament match to help determine the number one contenders for the RWR Tag Team Championships.
Making his way to the RWR ring, Johnny Draco.
And it has been an interesting season for these two members of the Agents of Pain, Johnny Draco and Kurt Wagner, in their first seasons in the Agents of Pain as they broke away from the Court of Darkness. Early on this season, they took on the Fallen Kingdom in a big stable rivalry, and we even saw Draco out of action for about a month because of that. But we also saw the heart and resurgence of his partner here, who ended up being the winner and the sole survivor at Sky's the Limit.
From the First Church of New York, representing the Agents of Pain, this is the Unholy Prophet, Kurt Wagner!
And after that, both these men have climbed up the tag team ranks on Retaliation, and answering when the time is right, and they're only one win away from getting, unbelievably so, their first cracks at the tag team titles. And what better way to do it than on the biggest stage of them all at Supernova 3, although either team here faces a tough task. They'll take on the champions, those bastards from the Coterie, and Chad Bryan and Awesome X, and they'll take on the Shake Shack, two very well versed opponents in Donovan Payne and Cole Rayner.
Now introducing the team of the Barbarian and the Crusher, the Powers of Pain.
And a very forgettable return for these two when they came back earlier this season, encompassing a massive losing streak. But ever since Beach Brawl and the Shake-Up, they have found what was missing and have encompassed a very big win streak. And they've used that momentum to their advantage in this tournament. And again, one win away from having a chance to wrestle for the belts they once held in Season 1. And really making a forgettable Season 3 into a somehow successful one. So here we go, Agents of Pain, Powers of Pain, who will be Retaliation's #1 contender for the tag titles. And here we go, Red Shoes in the line of fire, taken out right off the bat. Of course, Powers of Pain gonna have the size advantage in this one. And looking back at the tournament, the Agents of Pain, big first-round win over Team Funky Old Mask, and then the second-round win over the Cinderella, Casey Jones and Isaac Drake to reach this point. Powers of Pain, they beat the Bar Breakers in round 1 and took care of the Clown Dynasty in round 2. So, both, difficult paths to get here, taking on some talented teams. Agents of Pain taking on the 3-time champs and a Cinderella team with absolutely nothing to lose. Powers of Pain taking on a former top team from WWO who made their way over here and taking on recent #1 contenders for the tag team titles to reach this point. As Crusher on the outside with Kurt Wagner inside the ring. It is Johnny Draco. It is the Barbarian, pardon me. Oh, chop block takes the big man down, courtesy of Draco. Wagner, though, in trouble on the outside. So split evenly thus far between these two teams. But what counts is inside the ring, but Wagner just thrown into the ring right as I say that, and Draco thrown out of the ring, so we're gonna trade places here. But it looks like we're changing momentums as well as Barbarian taking it to Draco on the outside, big Uranagi. Although Wagner in trouble inside the ring, stiff punch sends him crumbling to the mat. But we've seen this from the Powers of Pain before, folks. Before their hot streak, they would start out matches hot and powerful like this, but they would always find a way, or more to the point, not find a way to close out matches and give their opponents the windows to win. But like I said, ever since Beach Brawl, they've found out how to close matches, and they've been near unstoppable ever since. As Wagner thrown to the outside, and all 4 men on the outside for the double damage points. Nice STO there from Draco. But it's nothing doing. His Crusher just standing there watching. Doesn't even need to participate in that one. Snake Eyes on the apron there. And the Powers of Pain rolling over the Agents of Pain thus far. One team delivering the pain, one team receiving the pain as Draco eats those wooden stairs. Wagner and Crusher on the inside now. Even if the Agents of Pain were to somehow win this match, what's going to be left of them next week at Supernova? Although I guess the blessing in disguise here is that the winning team here will compete on Saturday for the Resurgence side of the card. As Crusher going for the cover, one, no, broken up by Draco. So they will get that extra day of rest, so they are 9 days away from their Supernova moment rather than 8 for the rest of the Retaliation roster. But nonetheless, oh God, big clothesline there. Nonetheless, you gotta think, what'll be left? Although it's currently all Powers of Pain at this point, although nice reverse DDT from Wagner. And he's trying to line up Crusher, but Barbarian's in the way. There's no way that's going to happen. But inside, nice reverse DDT again from Kurt Wagner, who's finding a little bit of momentum here for his team as Draco gets flattened by the Barbarian. Crusher, though, in trouble. Line attacker. Nice jump by Wagner, jumping over Barbarian, hitting Crusher. The cover, 1-2, no, broken up by the Barbarian in the nick of time, but in doing so, giving Draco a window to recover. And that he did, and now the Agents of Pain. Can they mount a big comeback here? Couple of clotheslines, plants the Barbarian. Wagner sweeps him off his feet. Crusher thrown to the outside. And now the Agents of Pain rolling once again. Nice belly-to-belly suplex. Wagner showing off the strength there. Draco going after Crusher on the outside. Now the Beats of Steve locked in from Kurt Wagner. Crusher immediately in the ring, doesn't matter. Barbarian able to fight out of it. There's another chop block from Draco, sending Crusher down to the mat again. No, chop block or chop knee. And wait a minute, what are these idiots doing here? The Clown Dynasty walking down to the ring, and now Draco, wait a minute, Skelton grabbing the leg of Crusher, and that's enough for Draco to plant him from behind. And now Draco going to the top rope. Clowns have exited through the crowd. Shooting star press from Draco onto Crusher. Barbarian thrown to the outside. No way. The cover, 1, 2. The Agents of Pain are going to Supernova. But they should send the Clown Dynasty a thank you card for that one.
Your winner and now #1 contenders for the RWR Tag Team Championships, Kurt Wagner and Johnny Draco.
The Agents of Pain get it done. They will get their first shots at the tag team titles at Supernova 3. Destiny on their side. The Clown Dynasty on their side. And those maniacs, they came all the way to Tokyo, Japan just to cost the Powers of Pain a shot at the tag titles just for beating them last week in the semis. Those clowns may have a death wish, folks, but nonetheless, the Agents of Pain moving on to Supernova. Congratulations to them. But now coming up next, Max Height, Travis Sanders both asked to pick each other's opponents here tonight. And as you can see on the screen, there's a lot of history in this one coming up next, as Travis Sanders selecting a familiar foe for Max Height.
Ladies and gentlemen, this match is scheduled for one fall. Making his way down to the ring, the leader of Los Culpanables de Espectaculo from Indianapolis, Indiana, the coolest, Eddie Cool.
And El Culpanable, definitely a attitude that is well known and well respected around these parts, but he takes on a familiar person here tonight. Does 400 Days ring a bell to you? It sure does to both of these men, but also rings a bell to them is after the fact. Both tag team champions with other partners and both world champions. But they have been kept very far apart from each other ever since the end of their own tag reign. But that ends tonight courtesy of Travis Sanders. As of course in 8 days we will see Max Height and Travis Sanders face off in an Extreme Rules match. But Eddie Cool has his own problems of his own right with another former friend in Showtime Brooks. But it's not about that right now, because here comes the self-proclaimed main event.
from St. Louis, Missouri, the main event, Max Height.
And again, I'm sure this is someone that Max Height didn't expect to come across here tonight in Tokyo, but that's what you get when you let each other pick your opponents. I'm sure Max Height has a trick up his sleeve for Travis Sanders, which I'm being told is coming up next, by the way. So, first things first, which man will gain momentum heading into Supernova next week? We're about to find out. So here we go, Eddie Cool and Max Height. They're gonna square off, folks. Here we go. And Eddie Cool right out of the gate, a flying forearm on Max Height. Of course, you can talk about the past between these two, but let's talk about their futures in 8 days, of course. Max Height answering the call from Travis Sanders. He came out with the live microphone. He's crazy and unpredictable, and he called out Max Height, calling him short, calling him a worthless sack of shit, calling him everything in the book. But Max Height, he ain't backing down. He answered the call, and he answered it in a very big way, which set up an Extreme Rules match between the two at Supernova. Now on the flip side, Eddie Cool, betrayed by his former best friend, Showtime Brooks, at Beach Brawl, following a loss to Brooks' former tag team partner, Jack Johnson, in the big crumble of Pentagami, which ended up leading to the crumble of LCE, as Eddie Cool eliminated from the Rumble. Eddie Cool, we haven't seen him in a couple months. In fact, this is... Let me check my notes here, but... Yeah, this is Eddie Cool's first match since being attacked by... being attacked by Brooks at Beach Brawl. So, a couple months away for Eddie Cool, and this is his return match. Just, again, 8 days before Supernova. For Eddie, certainly no love lost to his former friend and partner. He came back in a big way at Beatus Cup Finals, taking out Brooks, and then the very next week, fighting backstage, and, well, he electrocuted the damn man. He electrocuted Brooks, and really it's just all part of the ongoing chaos of Retaliation this month in the absence of General Manager Jarek Vanders, who of course is on the Resurgent side of things, taking care of bigger fish to fry, and that is the coterie and complete control of the company. But with that, like I said, comes chaos, and the board of directors can only do so much in his absence, especially when it comes to power and, putting things in place. And, a lot of the boys in the back are taking advantage of that, and then you get stuff, like this. You get Eddie Cool electrocuting Showtime Brooks. You get Travis Sanders with a live mic, and among other things. Cover, 1 count there from Max Height on Eddie Cool. And speaking of Sanders, he's watching backstage. He's obviously ready to compete next, but he still wants to see if his pick can, beat his opponent, and oh boy, Max Height throwing the outside. What's Eddie Cool looking to do here? Eddie Cool, basement dropkick. All the years of experience under his belt, he's still got it, folks. And that may spell doom for Showtime Brooks, making the wrong choice at Beach Brawl, but Max Height trying to fight back here. No avail. Anybody can do a Russian leg sweep, including a man that wants revenge for his friend's betrayal. Now Eddie Cool, the Indiana-style arm drag there. He's gonna size up Max Height in the center of the ring. The cover, 1. No, only a 1 count. Max Height still a lot of fight in him. He didn't win the world title on accident, folks, and he's certainly going to put up a fight here against a former partner. But Eddie Cool, again, in control of this matchup. Sizing up, or trying to choke out Max Height, rather, and headlock there. And again, Eddie Cool putting his veteran wits to good use, the package pile driver right on top of Giant Baby's head. Eddie Cool not done. He's gonna fly, folks. Does he still have it in him? He's turning around. Oh, what a picture-perfect moonsault onto Max Height in the center of the ring. The cover. 1, 2, no. Max Height kicks out at 2. What a gorgeous moonsault, though. And this Japanese crowd certainly appreciating Eddie Cool for those efforts. But uh-oh. Eddie Cool sizes him up. The Jingle Bell lock is locked in. Jingle Bell locked, and Max Height immediately taps out. He's got nowhere to go. And Eddie Cool gets the job done. And Travis Sanders picked the right opponent here tonight. And wait a minute, here comes Brooks. Brooks. Oh no, look out, Eddie. Oh, he's back. The two stare off. Brooks, he's saying, you're gonna electrocute me? And oh, Eddie Cool shoves him aside. He says he'll save it for Supernova. Wait a minute, Brooks, though, attacking Max Height. The bell, what? And here comes Brooks. What the hell is going on here? Ladies and gentlemen, I'm being told that Brooks was selected by Max Height to be Travis Sanders' opponent, but Travis Sanders, somehow, some way, he found a way to change the match lineup here tonight, and he got Max Height double booked, so Max Height taking place in both of the pick your opponent matchups here tonight. Travis Sanders picked his opponent, and Max Height ultimately picked his own opponent here tonight. And the crazy lunatic Scotsman, he's got a couple brain cells in him, folks, and he certainly flexed those here tonight, getting one up on Max Height and making him essentially wrestle another match. Brooks to the top rope, drops the leg from the top, brother. This one may not last long as Height, he tapped out to the Jingle Bell lock to Eddie Cool, and Brooks, spine to the pine, brother. And Showtime, I don't think he cares who he fights. I mean, he got in Eddie Cool's face very well, and Cool shoved him aside and left, and Brooks really just took his anger out on Max Height because of that. And Travis Sanders outsmarting, I don't know if you could use those words in the sentence, but apparently you can. Travis Sanders outsmarting Max Height here. Nice Northern Lights suplex. Max Height trying to fight back as much as possible. The cover on Brooks. Only a 1 count. And, well, I mean, I gotta hand it to him. He found a loophole, he found a way, and he tricked Max Height, and he tricked everyone. And Sanders, he loves to fight, but if he's going to get one up on his opponent in any way possible, he's going to do it. And of course, cover from Max Height, another 1 count. Of course, the plan will work if Brooks wins, so it's ultimately up to Brooks, but the best way for Height to, overcome this is to beat Brooks here tonight. And, get some quick revenge on Sanders for essentially getting him double booked. And like I said before, the chaos with Jarek Vanders absent from the brand. The inmates are running the asylum, and there's a very good, example of that, courtesy of Travis Sanders. And nice drop kick there from Max Height. But Brooks trying to get control back here. he's obviously the freshman. He doesn't want to be embarrassed losing to Max Height, not only a man who just wrestled, but a man who lost to Eddie Cool. And what would that say to Brooks if he lost to the man who lost to Eddie Cool? But Height crawling around on the outside and Brooks signaling for him to get back in. And Height immediately answers and sends Brooks into the corner. Nice drop kick there from Max Height. Sending Brooks to the ground, the cover. 1, 2, no, 2 count only. But here comes Max Height fighting back here. Just momentarily though, because oh no. Twisting neck breaker there from Height. Brooks in, first sort of real trouble. First time in the match, Height bottom connects. Is Max Height gonna get one up on Sanders by defeating Showtime Brooks here tonight? The avalanche reverse DDT off of Brett's turnbuckle. And Max Height, you can see the toll wearing in him. He still gets up to the top rope though. He's looking for the 450 and it connects. The 450 splash. Is Max Height gonna get the job done? The cover. 1, 2, no. 2 count only on Brooks. Brooks barely kicking out of the 450, but he's sizing him up again. What's Max Height looking to do here? Oh no, nothing. He gets caught by Brooks and just plants him face first into the mat. Nothing technical about that one, folks. And the cover again. 1. No, only a 1 count on Max Height. All right. But Brooks sizing him up. Drive-by kick lands on that already weakened head of Max Height. Brooks with the cover. 1, 2, no. 2 count only. Brooks thought he caught him. Not quite. Got to give it to Max Height with the circumstances, but he's busted open. A little too much there. I don't know if the blood sacrifice to the blood goddess will do him any good, as Brooks sizes him up, and he plants it with the juice box, center of the ring. And the cover. 1, 2, you betcha. Showtime Brooks gets it done.
The winner of the match, Showtime Brooks.
And Brooks matches Eddie Cool here tonight at the expense of Max Height, and Height gets one-upped by Travis Sanders here in Tokyo. And I don't know what that'll entail come Supernova time, but, certainly favors the King of Scots as Brooks celebrates his victory here tonight in Tokyo. And Max Height up to his feet, and there he is, the mastermind, Travis Sanders, on the ramp. Max Height wants a piece of him. I don't know if he has anything left, but he's still gonna run up the ramp. Sanders, he said, "You still haven't had enough. Come bring it, kid. Let's go." And he meets Sanders on the ramp. And the right hand from Height, and here we go. These two are not done. Referees and officials break these two up. No chance. These two wailing on each other. Back and forth, Height and Sanders. You don't think they're fired up for Supernova? You're wrong. As Sanders may have outsmarted Height here tonight, but just fired up both men just that much more. And now coming up next, folks, our semi-main event of the evening, a triple threat tag team match. Your Supernova main event. Each found partners And all the partners are in that Rise from the Ashes wildcard match, and they're very familiar partners as well. So this one should be a doozy coming up next.
The following is a triple threat tag team match scheduled for one fall.
From Bakersfield, California, he is the RWR 2020 Men's Phoenix Cup Tournament winner, the Ace-Hole, Razor Sharp.
Razor has spent a lot of time in this area, so these fans know him very well. And this homecoming of sorts, although you see how he's treating these local fans wearing the colors of the Japanese national soccer team here tonight. But nonetheless, he knows how to get under the skin of these people, and he knows what it takes to get to the top of the mountain, something that he hopes to achieve at Supernova in 8 days. Although a singles victory over the World Heavyweight Champion, the Green Void, and over the Challenger Norn certainly favors who I've called the wild card in this whole situation. But we'll see how he fares tonight with a familiar friend at his side.
Representing the new board of directors, Justin Sane.
Justin Sane, one of the 6 men in the Rise from the Ashes wild card match. Sane, former Intercontinental Champion, former Tag Team Champion this season with Razor, and completed his Triple Crown as well because of that. And for Sane, he was gifted a brand new Intercontinental Championship for his efforts, courtesy of Razor, but ultimately lost the belt to Jay Era, but Era deciding to put that belt in the rotation, so Razor Sharp's gift, now the new Intercontinental Championship. But for Sane, I guess the plan with these two is Razor wins the world title and Sane gets in the Rise from the Ashes and causes havoc in the tournament, and ultimately wins RFTA and cashes in the other belt, I guess. I mean, I don't know what else their plan would be, but nonetheless, they team up here tonight once more.
Making their way to the ring, this is the team of Pedro Sanchez and the World Heavyweight Champion, Green Void. They are Voided Green Card.
And speaking of reunions, here comes Voided Green Card, the World Heavyweight Champion, the Green Void, and the man who was nearly Intercontinental Champion himself in Pedro Sanchez. And of course, Void will be defending his title in the main event of Supernova 3 for the Retaliation side. And for Pedro, One too many times falling short for the IC title, but he will be in the RFTA wildcard match. Hoping he could still punch his ticket to the tournament. And interestingly enough, like I said, these two teamed up back in season 1, did not find team success, but individually, Pedro having the best season of his RWR career thus far, and same for Void, as you can see the gold around his waist. But now the question remains, can he keep it, especially from that man in the background, a man who has beat him one-on-one already. We'll see how the team affair lasts tonight. And here comes the wild card team, folks. Starting out with the other contender for the heavyweight title, Norns.
Coming down to the ring, the Viking Warlord, Norns!
And it's an interesting case for Norns, too, because Norns, he dropped his title to the Green Void at Inferno, but in his rematch, in the Knockouts Only match, it ended up being a draw, a no contest, whatever you wanted to call it, because Norns and the Green Void exploded the ring. With that, Norns technically never lost his rematch and never had a result in his rematch. So he demanded another shot at the title, and you think those board of director pipsqueaks are going to tell this man no? I don't think so. And in Jarek's absence, Norns taking advantage of the situation, and he'll get one more shot at his belt, but it will be in a triple threat. But he did lose to Razor Sharp last week, one-on-one, but it is a man he knows very well. And again, against a man that he also knows very well and is still learning very well. But we'll see if he can walk out of Tokyo with a victory with an unconventional tag team partner at his side. Because Tokyo, it is time to saunter.
On the way to the ring, from Chernobyl, the radioactive Dmitry Kalashnikov.
A man who put his name into the wild card field last week, but couldn't shake the rust off and fell to Aaron Miles last week, one-on-one. But when the call came from Norns, if you remember, when Dmitry Kalashnikov debuted in RWR, his first target was Norns. And even though it ended up being a losing effort, I think it was enough to gain the big man's respect. Enough so where Norns still had him fresh in his memory for this match here tonight. And Dmitry willing to accept anything to get back into the win column. Of course, these three men alongside Aaron Miles in the RFTA wildcard match, the final two spots yet to be filled. I'm sure that answer will be solved next week at our Go Home show, but here we go. Semi-main event of the evening, a triple threat tornado tag team match. This one's gonna get wild, it's gonna get chaotic, folks. It's gonna be a little difficult to, keep track of. I don't know if it's one fall, I don't know if it's elimination, but I do know it's gonna be crazy. And interesting pairings here, Razor Sharp and Pedro Sanchez going at it, Norns and Sane going at it, and The Green Void and Dmitry Kalashnikov going at it. Razor and Norns both dropping elbows on their opponents as Void rolls out of the ring. And now Norns and Dmitry going after. Just insane there. Oh, got a low blow for Pedro. He thunder strikes Razor. Apparently it's no DQ in this match. Red shoes, or he just let it go because it is razor sharp. Nonetheless, it connects with no consequence. Meanwhile, Norns hung up on Brett's rope. What's Void looking to dial up here? Big running knee to the face. And Norns retreats to the outside. It is the Green Void. And Voided Green Card standing tall as they're going to play the numbers game on Sane and Dmitry here. Pedro going after Sane. Void going after Sane. Big spine buster there. Onto Sane. Dmitry eliminated from the match. Here comes Razor though. And Void laying those headbutts in on just insane. And now, Razor, Dmitry, and Pedro on the outside for the double damage points inside the ring. It's the big boys. It's Sane, it's Void, it's Norns. Let's hope the ring stays in one piece for this one. As of course, our main event coming up next, Women's Championship on the line. Torby more than willing to put the belt on the line against a home country member of the roster in Azami Sato. But now Razor kicking Dimitri's leg out of his leg. He faced Dmitry in round one of the Intercontinental Championship contendership tournament earlier this year, so they're somewhat acquainted with each other. Norns and Void certainly are. Big boot there. Pedro and Sane definitely are too. Sane defeated Pedro one-on-one earlier this month in a wildcard preview match. And of course, they've had their big saga of the Intercontinental Championship for the past couple of months as well. As Norns taking it to Void inside of the ring, calling to Valhalla. I don't know if they might be a long distance call, buddy, but seems to work nonetheless. He picks Void up and plants it with the power bomb and a big elbow drop there. Razor bouncing off that post. It is not the LED post tonight, folks. It is a solid steel post. Razor ate all of it on the outside. Sane putting in the effort with that lazy Nash taunt, but he's going to help Razor on the outside, trying to go after Dmitry. Breaks up the attempt, and Razor throws Dmitry in the ring. Little bits, all that is needed. While Norns and Void continue to murder each other inside of the ring. I'm sure much to the delight of Razor, although I'm sure he doesn't appreciate being taken down by Dmitry right now. And Pedro on the outside. Oh, miscommunication there from Razor. Took down Sane, but then he takes down Dmitry and matches the lazy Nash taunt. As, oh my God, Norns just picking up Void like he's nothing, parading him around the ring and flattens him. Sane trying to target Pedro again. Razor and Dmitry continuing to go at it on the outside. Void dropping the knee on Norns, the cover. Only a one count. Don't know what the hell Razor is doing, but nonetheless, inside the ring, Razor and Sane wailing away on the champ. Pedro in the line of fire from Norns as Dmitry on the outside. Oh, there's another thunder strike from Pedro on Norns, this time with the up kilt. Razor's edge on Void though, the cover, and Pedro immediately breaks it up. And this one's already gotten crazy, folks. Razor and Dmitry on the outside again. I don't know how much left is going to be if any of these six men come Supernova 3. Sane going for the cover on Norns, only a 1 count. As a champ on the outside, Norns favoring that knee. That's not good, folks. That might not be good for him, considering Supernova around the corner. Norns still favoring that knee inside of the ring. Nice Mexican-style arm drag on Sane. Norns seems to be walking on it okay, although he might be just gritting the pain and trying to favor it. Although throwing Pedro across the ring certainly it's not going to help the cause. Norns taking down there that backflip dropkick. And again, the story immediately comes to the knee of Norns. I mean, you saw all those knee injuries from the slate of NFL games on Sunday. Let's hope Norns does not fall into that same category. There's no shitty turf anywhere in this building, but Norns with the Kakeshi on Sane. Seems to be okay. I don't know if there's a slight limp there. Oh, Sane immediately going to target that knee, though. Of course he is. Pedro lining up Dimitri. Is he going to hit him with the drive-by? He does. The drive-by connects as Norns flattens Sane. I think he might have just tweaked the knee. I think he's going to be okay, but he's got to get out of this match if he wants to, get to Supernova. Boyd, little big boot there. KFX on Pedro. The lazy cover, but he's in the ropes. I think Boyd broke it up anyway, regardless. And Razor's just running over everyone with a clothesline, including his own partner. If you're in the line of fire, you're going down. Pedro catches Razor, though. Now Boyd's the one with the multiple takedown clothesline there. And, again, there they are, favoring that knee of Norns. Green Void. Punching away at the Viking. Big backward dropkick. Somebody got busted open. I think, yes, it was Norns busted open. Blood sacrifice for the Blood Goddess in the middle of that essential car wreck with all those guys. As Norns, though, sends Void out of the Rumble, Sane gonna go pick up the pieces, leaving Razor alone with Pedro and Dimitri. Everyone just hitting something that moves. Dimitri, though, Angel's Wings connects onto Razor, the cover. Can he steal it? 1-2, no, broken up by the Green Void. Eats a big boot from Sane for his troubles. Dimitri with the quick roll-up on the world champion. No, it's a triangle from Void. It's reversed, but Dimitri able to fight out of it. I thought it was a roll-up of Void. Ended up with the grabbing the arm in the triangle. Sends Dimitri to the outside. And now, oh boy. Pedro going for a ride, a burning hammer from Norns. It seems like Razor wants no part of Void or Norns in this one, going after Dimitri and Pedro instead, but it doesn't matter. He's going to eat a burning hammer from Norns anyway. The cover. Dimitri playing defense, 1, 2, and in the fastest I've ever seen Justin Sane move. Breaks up that pinfall at 2. And suplexes Norns out of the ring. And now Razor and Sane in control inside of the ring. And his final cut there from Sane. Razor flips Void over off the ropes and drops the leg across the chest of the Green Void, and he's sizing him up. Can he get the world champion again? He's got him up on his shoulders. And exclamation point lands. The cover, Dimitri immediately breaks it up. Sane cannot play defense. Now Razor going after Dimitri. Now those body jabs takes him down. And a kick to the back. And gets caught by Void with the spine buster. Now the champion crawling up. His challenger's body again gonna look for those headbutts, and there they are. As Pedro handling Norns on the outside, interestingly enough. Pedro in the ring breaks up Sane's submission attempt on Dimitri. As the 3 wildcard members now going at it. Razor now picks up Void and he plants him with the deal. Nobody kicks out of the deal. Luckily for Void, not going for the cover. Instead, just dropping the elbows on Void as Norns and former stablemate Pedro Sanchez get reacquainted on the outside. Inside the ring, it's Sane and it's Dimitri. Razor with those elbow drops on Void. As Void eliminated the Rumble, leaving Sane and Dimitri inside of the ring. Tons of double damage going on outside of the ring. Norns and Pedro back in. Stiff right hand from Sane. Oh, nice nice neck breaker from Pedro. Razor, I believe, got busted open by the Green Void on the hardest part of the ring. More blood for the Blood Goddess surely will be rejected. But Void now, oh my God, Void picking up Sane, and he still takes a nasty fall courtesy of Dimitri. But Dimitri picks up Sane. Uranagi lands. No, Uranagi. And Razor and Sane just taking it to Void and Dimitri inside of the ring. Norns joining in on the fray. Big boot from Razor. Sane punching away at Dimitri. Razor's got Norns up. And he plants him with the Razor's edge. Sane out of the equation. Dimitri and Void going at it. Void fights out of an attempt. Norns lariats and Razor sharp in half. Void picks up Dimitri and plants him with the brainbuster. Razor and Norns going at it some more. Void and Dimitri going at it in the ring. Pedro gonna re-add himself to the equation. As Razor sizes up Norns, and again, Pedro catches him instead. Hammerlock DDT plants Razor. Pedro with the cover. 1, 2, no, 2 count only. Norns had blood in his eyes. Look at his face. Did not make an attempt to break up the pinfall. C4 from Pedro on Sane. Void with a submission attempt on Dimitri, and Dimitri able to escape barely. It's all 6 men back in the ring now. Norns power bombs Pedro. Razor, exclamation point on Void. And Norns just power bomb Pedro on top of Void. Pedro out of the ring. Void, or Razor has his pinfall broken up by Norns. Now Razor with those quick jabs and punches onto the Viking Warrior. Lands him there at the facebuster. Sane taking it to the champ in the other end of the corner. Dimitri in the ring now. He's targeting Sane. Norns out of the Rumble. Razor following. And that leaves 3 in the ring. Dimitri to the outside, that leaves Void and Sane alone in the ring. And the champion standing tall over Justin Sane here. Razor thrown in the ring the hard way. That brings everyone else back in the ring. Uh-oh, he's got Sane up though. Plants him with the pile driver. And Sane retreats. 5 of the 6 in the ring. Pedro throwing Norns around. Impressive move there. Razor in the corner. Void sizing up Dimitri with those headbutts. Pedro has Norns literally on the ropes, hitting him with knees. Norns reeling. And Pedro, the big boot, sends Norns to the outside. Void, enter the Void on Dimitri, center of the ring. Dimitri busted open the cover. 1-2. Everyone's too slow in the Voided green card. Up the win. Just like that.
The winners of this match, the team of Pedro Sanchez and the Green Void, Voided green card.
Big momentum win for the champion. Heading into Supernova. Void gets Dimitri, but a strong showing from the Voided green card, proving that the established team gets it done in this match. And much needed momentum for the champ as well as Pedro heading into that wild card match. Big win for both of them here in Japan. And now coming up next, our main event of the evening, women's title on the line. Zamike Sato gets the shot at the champion Torvi in her home country. Will home field advantage favor her? Or will Torvi continue her warpath to her title defense at Supernova 3?
The following contest is scheduled for one fall and is for the RWR Women's Championship.
Posse in Japan in full force here tonight. It'll be a very interesting development if Azami can get the job done and regain the women's title in her home country against Torvi. These two faced off one-on-one before. The match favored Torvi. But Azami, she wanted the shot in her home country. She was granted it by Torvi. But like I said, it'll be interesting because Torvi, she does not have a defense under her belt. She won the title at Phoenix Cup in her cash-in. So that could completely alter Supernova 3 as you know it. Azami could be replacing Torvi in that title match. It already includes Apathy and Hope Rogers. On top of that, you have the growing rivalry between Azami Sato and Catherine Isogen. So what happens with that if Azami wins the title here tonight? We shall find out, assuming she wins, but she's got to get by a tough task in Torvi here tonight. But with home field advantage on her side, can she get it done? Here comes the champion Torvi, sprinting her way down to the ring, the proud champion, the fighting champion. She knew she had her big title defense in 8 days of Supernova, but she granted Azami her dream of getting a title match in her home country. But is Torvi bitten off more than she could chew here tonight? Or will her confidence exceed her ability to win here and roll into Supernova 3 with the momentum? And that is what it's all about here, folks, in our main event of Fighting Spirit 3. We go down to the ring.
Introducing first, the challenger. From Tokyo, Japan, the Kawaii Princess, Azami K. Sato. Introducing the champion. From the Nordic states, she is the RWR Women's World Champion, the Shield Maiden, Torvi!
Torvi possibly handing over a belt to Red Shoes for the last time. The crowd, they respect Torvi as a competitor, but they are behind the hometown, home country girl here tonight in Azami K. Sato. They've seen her in her infancy as a wrestler, and they've seen her grow and come onto the scene as the women's champion here this season. They are proud of their own, and they get to see her compete for the title here tonight in our main event. This match about respect, about the title, about the champion giving the challenger her dream. But can the challenger make her dreams come true? Or will she be another notch, a bigger notch on the belt of Torvi here in Season 3? Azami throwing the champion aside, but gets taken down with a Nordic-style arm drag. But Azami fighting back. You know she has the Panda Posse on her side here tonight. Sends Torvi into the corner the hard way. Continuing her attack, she's going to attack the arm of Torvi, preventing Torvi from any lifting maneuvers. But Torvi fights back. You know, nice body slam there from Azami, and a big elbow drops, connects. You know that Apathy and Hope Rogers, wherever they may be, are watching this match, seeing who they will end up facing at Supernova 3 for the Women's Championship. And for Hope, she entered that match really not so much for the championship, but to get her hands on Torvi. Once again is Torvi eliminated from the Rumble. And what would that mean for Hope Rogers, not getting her hands on Torvi? If Azami were to win here tonight, would she bow out of the title match and immediately go after Torvi instead? It'd be an interesting development, I would say. But that only happens if Azami captures the title here tonight. A knee, though, sends Azami stumbling back, and both women re-enter the ring. Torvi off the ropes and a nice Luthez press. And Azami slamming Torvi's head into the mat. Not done, she's gonna answer with a neck breaker as well. Azami, the quick cover on Torvi. One count only on the champion. Still quite a lot of fight in her. But Azami, the challenger, in control here, dropping the knee on Torvi. I'm gonna try to choke the life out of her in the center of the ring. But Azami's not by herself, though. She has had Catherine Isogen looming in the shadows. Of course, it all started, nice hip toss there, it all started in that first round Phoenix Cup matchup. We saw a side of Azami we never saw before, a more violent, more aggressive side because of Catherine Isogen. And we've heard the rumors filling the rumor mill between the two. But really, neither woman has really spoken on the manner. But first DDT there. But what does it mean for Isogen, seeing that Azami got the title shot here tonight and not her in her own home country? But nonetheless, Torvi re-entering the ring and grabs Azami from behind, a neck break, or a big reverse DDT, sending Azami's head bouncing off Torvi's knee. And now the champion in control now, just stomping away at the challenger with that arm control, keeping that control of the arm, control of her body. Torvi not done, grabbing the other arm now and just wrenching away at it, and another knee drop to the back. Azami in trouble here as Torvi sizing up her challenger. She picks her up on her shoulders and lands the Shield Maiden, the modified burning hammer. Torvi's gonna drag Azami away from the ropes. Finally goes for the cover. Did too much time elapse though. 1, 2, Yes, it did. Azami escapes it too. And Torvi took a little too much time with positioning. And Azami stays alive. For how much longer, I don't know, because Torvi continuing her assault on the challenger here. As Torvi sent to the outside. Azami with the taunt, and Torvi answers a kick to the leg right into the panda. And now Torvi sends Azami out of the rumble unceremoniously. And now Torvi gonna try to rack up some double damage points some more here. On the leg of the challenger. And throws Azami against the apron there. And sends her in the ring at 4. Azami reverses Torvi, sends her on the apron now. And what's Azami looking to do? Nothing. Torvi right back in the ring, just immediately shaking off what Azami did. And a big Death Valley driver lands the challenger. And Torvi drags her to the center of the ring. The cover. 1. No, count to 1. And the appropriately named Fighting Spirit. Fighting, flowing through the veins of the challenger Azami. Showing off her fighting spirit at that 1 count. But Torvi trying to cut it off at its source. And Kakeshi lands. Azami needs to find an opening here and quickly. But she gets lifted up and planted with the snowplow from Torvi. The champion going for the cover once again. 1, 2, no. Azami still escapes. Torvi beside herself, but Azami needs to mount the offense. She rises up to her feet. Torvi waiting. She grabs her up on her shoulders and plants the Shield Maiden once again. Center of the ring. No waiting this time. The cover. 1, 2, and the champion has retained with the surefire road game. But hell of an effort from Azami in her hometown. Wait a minute. Oh my God, that's Hope Rogers from behind with the chair. Catherine Isogen, what the hell? Hope attacking Torvi with the chair. Catherine Isogen attacking Azami with the chair. They were waiting for them this whole time. The bad blood between those 4 women still flows. Ladies and gentlemen, I am Commentator Uno. Thank you for watching Fighting Spirit 3. And we'll see you next week for our Go Home Show 2 and the actual show of Supernova 3. Thank you very much. We'll see you next week.